Okay, so we are going to start this playlist data structures using Python. We will also took references from C programming just to create a interrelation and the differences. Uh, First, we will understand the basics of Python. We will cover the Python programming language in a fast-paced way for DSA. So let's start with tokens in a programming language. So what are tokens? A token is the individual building block, just like a word in an English sentence. So these are the types of tokens: keywords, identifiers, like literals, constant, operators, delimiters, and comments. So first, understand keywords. Keywords are the words which have reserved meaning or predefined meaning in Python. So since these words are already used by Python language, they can't be used as identifiers. So what are identifier we will see next. For example, if else for while true false none, def to define a function, class to define a class, return import to import libraries, try except. uh, while comparison with C have int float char break continue switch struct type df, while Python doesn't have these because Python is a dynamically typed language. What does that mean? So C is a statically type language. What does that mean? So here are you explicitly telling the compiler the data type of variable before compilation. What I'm trying to say is, for example, I create a variable age. So I define that age is an integer variable which have data type int age is variable. I will assign it an integer value. Another example is we take float pi. The value of pi is 3.14. So yeah, it's we assign variable pi a float data type. Another example is character. For example, grade of a student A. So this is the data type. In Python, like in C, which uses compiler, we have to tell compiler that allocate some memory in the RAM. If we are talking about int age equals to 20, then allocates a block of memory variable age. It's int, so depends on compiler. It would be of 2 byte or 4 bytes, uh, 8 bit or 16 bit. Depends upon the design of compiler associated with some address. While as Python is dynamically typed language, you don't have to uh, uh, mention that explicitly tell the compiler the data type. Next, we have identifiers. Identifiers, or we also call them variables. So, just like we discussed above, how we assign some constant values to some variable like age and all. Uh, but yeah, Python is a dynamically typed language. So, suppose if you put character in this variable, so it's just a pointer or reference to this object. Everything in Python is object. So yeah, it's basically a reference to this object. Python would automatically know that it's an integer, it's a character, or whether it's a float value. So you don't have to explicitly tell it. Next, we have literals, or we can say constant values. So Literals, these are the type of literal: integer, float, string, boolean, none. uh, at the start of program you can assign that I will use pi, and it will have a value of 3.14, and you will use this more in the program. Next we have operators. Operator are symbol used to perform operations on data. So yeah, these are the operands, and with operands we perform some operation. So what are these operation? Arithmetic, segment, comparison, logical, bitwise, membership, identify. We will see them in more detail later stages. Then there are delimiters or special symbols. Special symbols mean using for loop. We use this bracket. For array declaration we use this large bracket. We use curly brackets for sets and dictionaries. We will discuss them in detail later. Then we have comments. So Python, what programmers do to improve the readability of code, you can add comments. So for a single line comment, use this hash single line, and for multiple lines, you can use this apostrophe, then your statement, then triple apostrophe for documentation purposes. So yeah, here is a summary. Python is program is made up of tokens, which are the smallest meaningful units of the language. The six major types of tokens are keyword, identifier, literals, operators, delimiters, comments. We will have some codes on this to discuss them in a more detailed way in later videos.